Lawrence here, the athletic director at South Haven Christian School, and we'd like to take this time tonight to recognize our student athletes. I know we would all rather be together here in person, but I am glad that we do have this venue that we can give them the recognition they truly deserve. I'm reminded that when we face adversity, we try to teach this to our student athletes, that when we face adversity, that is truly when Christ can show himself strong in our lives. I'm reminded of one of my favorite passages in Scripture, Proverbs chapter 24. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. And what we can learn in times like these, that our strength comes from the Lord, and that in our weakness, when it seems like we don't know what else to do, we don't know what decisions to make, that God can show himself strong in our lives. And I'm thankful for that. And those are the lessons we try to teach in our athletic department. If we fail to do that, we fail to fulfill our purpose. At first, I want to thank a few people. I want to thank our coaches. We have a great group of coaches here that invest in our student athletes, and I'm very thankful for their time and effort that they put in, and to our young people. Think of our volunteer coaches. We have many parents and others that volunteer their time to help with many of our sports, and I know some of them will be recognized by some of the coaches tonight. I'd like to thank our parents. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the time, the effort, the monetary giving that you give. We thank you for that. I'd also like to thank Mr. Tom Fox and Mrs. Susie Boardman for their time in the concession stand. We have a great concession stand, and we're thankful for all the work and time they put into that. Also, a very special thank you to Mr. Don Ingram, Mrs. Joanne Ingram, for all of the time that they spend at our admissions table. We thank them for taking money at both our volleyball and basketball home games, and also at many of our special events for state tournaments and MTC and all those different things. Also, a very special thank you to our Booster Club members. Without you, we could not do a lot of the extra stuff that we do for our student athletes, and we very much appreciate your giving. And I encourage you, if you haven't been giving to the Booster Club, if you are able to do so, we would love for you to jump into that. For those of you who have been giving, to continue to do so, and we would love to get some that haven't been involved in that to get involved in that. This year, we were able to purchase a scorer's table for our gym. And if you've been in there for a home basketball game this year, we'll also have it for volleyball and our intramurals going forward with a digital screen there. And we thank you so much for giving to that and allowing us to be able to purchase some of those things. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to jump in and we're just going to let each coach present their awards. And we'll just cut right into the next sport. And at the end, I'll come in and close things up. These awards and certificates will be made available to you next week when you come in and pick up your students' belongings and drop off books and different things of that nature. And more information about that you should have either already received in an email or will be receiving in an email. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into our first sport this evening, middle school volleyball.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan Robertson, and I had the opportunity to coach the middle school volleyball team this year. I thoroughly enjoyed working with each and every one of these girls. One of my favorite memories was the tournament at Lancaster. We started off playing the hardest team, and we lost badly, but the girls didn't let this defeat them. We worked our way through the losers bracket, and we were able to play the same team again. Though we didn't win, we took a game from them, and that really set the foundation for the rest of our season. The girls' Christ-like attitude and fighting spirit set a foundation for the rest of the year. At this time, I'd like to recognize the middle school volleyball team. Denidia Beristain, Lorelei Haymond, Riley Randolph, Chandler Turns, Jocelyn Wing, Josie Gilliland, Miley Head, Kaylee Starnes, Amelia Vanderhangst, Aaliyah Gagliano, Alexis Palmore, and Emma Wilson. I also have several individual awards that I would like to recognize at this time. The first award is the Most Improved Award. This award goes to a player who came in this season and really worked hard. She started off with some playing time, but as the season went on, I was able to use her more and more. She worked hard on her serve and became a reliable passer who I was able to put in right when we needed her. The Most Improved Award goes to Amelia Vanderhangst. Congratulations, Amelia. The next award is the Most Valuable Player. I had a coach who told me that the setter is like the quarterback of the volleyball court, and that was definitely true of our setter. Her competitive spirit set her apart along with her leadership skills. I could count on her to control the ball and lead the team. She always encouraged everyone to play hard and to do their best. The MVP award goes to Emma Wilson. Great job, Emma. The last award is the Patriot Award. I chose the recipient for this award for her Christ-like attitude and intense energy. She always had a smile on her face and brought the encouragement to our huddles that everyone needed. She worked hard throughout the season and became a great overhand server. I could always count on her to give her best, both on and off the court. The Patriot Award goes to Miley Head. Great job, Miley. Once again, great job to everyone this year. I couldn't have asked for a better group of girls. I love you girls, and I can't wait to see you grow both athletically and spiritually. Thank you, parents, for the opportunity to coach your girls, and thank you, players, for a great season.
First, I want to thank the parents of the girls that I'm honored to coach. I really do love the game, and beyond that, I love working with your young people. Coaching is such a wonderful tool in teaching young people to be successful. Second, I want to thank all the players for trusting me. I could not do what I do without the hard work that you all put in, the teachable spirit that you have. And lastly, I want to thank Pastor Dr. Blazer and Mr. Starnes for trusting me and allowing me to coach the teams that I have and to represent South Haven Baptist Church. It's an incredible blessing to me and my family. I'm going to start out by talking about the JV team. First off was Emma Wilson, Alexis Palmore, Kylie Andavazo, Molly Schmidt, Aaliyah Gagliano, Mackenzie Vanderhangst, Miley Head, Kaylee Starnes, and Kylie Reed. All these players were wonderful to coach. They were a small team, but we had a really successful season. We had a slow start, but I threw so many things at the girls to learn this season, and they did really well once they picked it up, and they started learning their rotations. We had a record of 8-2. And by the end of the season, they were working really well together. When we went to the JV tournament at the end of the year, they were cheering each other on, and they were showing exceptional team spirit. They were a small team, but they had a lot of determination, and I'm so very proud of them. My JV awards this year, I'm going to start with the first player. This player showed so much enthusiasm for the game. She wasn't afraid to dive on the floor or show her determination every time she was on the court. She showed tremendous hustle every time that she was there, and she really encouraged her teammates. The Hustle Award this year goes to Alexis Palmore. The next award goes to a player who is very teachable. She was always asking me how she could improve her game. She would apply every little thing that she could to make her game better. Her hitting had improved so much this season, and I'm sure that she will be a player to watch in the future. The Most Improved Award this year goes to Molly Schmidt. The final award goes to a player that with no doubt has a real heart for this game. She's on the floor as much as she is on her feet. She really stepped up several times this season to lead her team and did everything that I asked of her. She serves as an amazing leader to this team. The MVP award for the JV team this year goes to Emma Wilson. Again, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to coach your daughters. Okay. I'm going to start off by reading the varsity roster. My players this year were Lauren Wilson, Jordan McLeay, Megan Parker, Abby Patino, Desi White, Mackenzie Blazer, Adriana Sawyers, Vicki Dang, Kayla Crawley, Giovanna Gagliano, Sage Perham, Emma Wilson, and Alexis Palmore. The Varsity Volleyball Awards this year are, first of all, the Outstanding Offensive Player Award. This player has so much hustle on the court. She always has a smile on her face and says yes, coach, to every suggestion that I make. She absolutely loves to get the block and leads this season in blocks that resulted in points gained. The Offensive Player Award goes to Desiree White. This next player always wanted to stay late after practice. She improved so much this season. She was a good player before the season, but the improvement that I saw in her hitting definitely warranted an award. The Most Improved Award goes to Megan Parker. The next award that I'm going to give out is the Coaches Award. This player has such a teachable attitude on and off the court. She's always willing to adjust, and I saw again and again so much improvement in her hitting and the way she encouraged her team. She was just a blessing overall to have on the team. The Coaches Award this year goes to Mackenzie Blazer. The next two awards were so close that I really could have given either one to either player. Their stats were so similar on points scored from serves and passes, and the way that they affected the game was so different but yet so alike. The player that I'm going to give the Best Offensive Award is a player that is so fast to the ball. I rarely threw a ball that she couldn't get to in practice. She had such a great passion for the sport that not many people see because she kind of has a quiet spirit. She's a great leader on and off the court. She always put forth so much effort in everything that she did. I will miss her so much next year. The Outstanding Offensive Player Award goes to Jordan McLeay. And last of all, the other player that I was speaking of really stepped up in the role that I asked her to take on. She was another one that was on the floor as much as she was on her feet. It is said that the qualities a coach looks for in a setter are quickness, soft yet strong hands, assertiveness, intelligent, great work ethic, teachable, and this player had those things. The MVP award goes to Lauren Wilson.
Hey guys, we had a great golf season this year. We started with a younger team this season than we ever have in the previous couple years I've been coaching. But throughout the year, we really finished strong, and I was really proud of how we finished. Our roster this year was Gage Woodside, Nikolai Anderson, Joseph Howlett, Daniel Howlett, Trevor Steinbrook, Tate Ballard, Gage Woodside, Chris Gramble, Jordan Hendricks, Bethany Sweeten, Grant Seiler, and Garrett Best. We had a great season, and I was so proud of every one of you and how you worked hard at the game of golf, but also how you played and how you worked at school. One of the biggest things that we really focused on is not just your how you play the game of golf, but then how you went to school, how you worked hard at school, and I encourage you in that. A couple words that we're going to give out today. The first one we're going to start with is our MVP. Our MVP of the golf team goes to Chris Gambrell. Chris, you did a great job throughout the year. I was really proud how you stepped up in your leadership. I was really proud of how you played each and every round. Chris was more than most often our top scorer for each and every round. He did a great job leading the team, not only in scoring, but also helping the younger kids learn how to play, and then also just focusing on his game and getting better each and every round. Chris, I'm real proud of you. Our second award that we're going to give out tonight is the Most Improved. That goes to Joseph Howlett. Joseph, you did a great job throughout the season. He started the season never really playing golf before. He actually had the first day of practice, he had to pull off the plastic of all of his golf covers because he had never actually pulled out his golf bag. After that, he did a great job. He came on strong, and he really helped us. He even golfed at state with us, and he put up a good score. So Joseph, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of what you accomplished last year. I'm looking forward to next season. And then lastly, the Patriot Award. This award embodies everything as a Patriot that we look for in the school and we look for in our players. And that award goes to Tate Ballard. Tate, you did a good job. There's a lot of younger kids this year, but you were exceptional each and every day at practice. You came, you worked hard. You finished every practice. You were sweaty, you were red, and you gave it your all each and every game. You would stay late after practice, sometimes with your dad or Coach Woodside, and you work on your mechanics, you work on different things. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the work that you put in. I'm looking forward to the next couple years with you and the rest of the team. I'm so thankful for all of our team. I'm so thankful for everything that we learned. I'm thankful for our assistant coaches, Coach Woodside and Coach Perham, and all the time and effort that they put in to the game. I'm very thankful for the parents and them driving down to state or driving to our different matches and helping out with different things that we have going on. And I'm looking forward to next season. Also, I'm really thankful for Joseph Howlett. I'm thankful for all the balls that he picked up at state and all the practice balls that we have for next year because of him. So I'm very thankful for all that we were able to accomplish this year. I'm looking forward to next season. I hope you have a great summer, and I'll talk to you later.
My name is Nutia Davis, and this past year I got to coach the girls football cheerleading squad, and I didn't even think we would have one because there were so few signed up, but I just had a handful of girls who just wanted to do it so bad I thought I could not let this opportunity pass me up. And so this year, even though there was such a few amount of girls, it was amazing. I think we had The neatest thing this year was the student section that we had, and we were able to throw out candy, and the participation of the crowd this year was really incredible. And I'm super excited that we got to be a part of that. And even though I only have 4 girls, I do want to give each of them an award because I think that the qualities that they brought to the squad this year are to be recognized. And these 4 girls, they took the small, just a little bit that they had been given and just turned it into a full cheer squad. At the end, they were able to teach some of the younger girls coming up the cheers. It was just a really neat experience all around. And the first girl I want to recognize is Colby Turns, and she's a junior this year. And I would like to give her an award for outstanding leadership. And I couldn't have done it without her. She has such organizational skills and is able to help teach these girls cheers that I never would have been able to teach them. And she was just my right-hand man, helping me figure out different crafts and things we could get ready for the boys. And I think that was an encouragement to them. And I'm so thankful for what she brought to the squad this year. And the next one is Emma Feltz, and she's a sophomore. This is her second year to do football cheer. And she was actually the one who decided to get a piece of paper and go around and find out if any of the girls wanted to cheer. And she herself was like, I am going to get this squad together, and she did. And I'm so glad she did. And she gets the School Spirit Award this year, just getting everybody involved and doing an excellent job. And the next one I want to mention is Sarah Sweeten, and it was her first year. When she told me she wanted to cheer, I thought, we are going to have to teach her every single cheer, and she has such a small amount of time to learn. I cannot believe how fast she learned those cheers, went home, dedicated herself to just watching videos and trying to get as much under her belt as she could, and she did an excellent job. And at the very end was teaching other girls the cheers, so I was really proud of her. She gets most improved this year. And the last girl on the squad is Bailey Williams Dowland. And if you could give an award for somebody with the sweetest, kindest spirit, she deserves it. She was just always up for whatever we were doing. If I changed anything at the last minute, with the sweetest spirit, and I'm so thankful that she was on the squad too. Having these girls on the squad has meant so much to me, and being able to be part of it this year is something that I have fully enjoyed, and I'm so proud of you girls, and I wish you were here and I could hand you your awards and give you big hugs. You guys did an excellent job this year.
All right, had an awesome year in the middle school football, and it was a great time, and definitely, again, a growing time with these middle schoolers, learning some new skills and different attributes like that. I'm super thankful for the parents, and thank you to all the parents who were willing to help out with meals or whatever it was, always with snacks on the sideline. I just had a huge help from the parents, and I just can't thank you guys enough for opportunity to work with your kids, but also for being a help alongside of me as well. And just really quick, gonna say all the kids that are on the roster here. So for the middle school football team, we had Ivan Martinez, Caleb Sorto, Gabriel Dang, Gage Wilkes, Jacob Dorse, Case Gardner, Owen McGuire, Aaron Taylor, Wyatt Schote, Trevor McCarver, Nikolai Anderson, Matthew Fernandez, and Johnny Jin. And so I had an awesome year with these guys, and super glad that they came out, and we look forward to next year to seeing what's going to come out of these guys as well. For the MVP this year, Mr. Epley, or Coach Epley, and I selected Gage Wilkes, and so Gage went on both offensive side and defensive side, was always going at it, going crazy, and working hard against the other team and trying to do his best to bring his team to a victory. And then for the most improved player, we selected Case Gardner. And Case, from the start of the year, his first time playing football, but jumped in there and jumped on it really quick and was learning, and grew in his ability at snapping the ball on the offensive side and blocking, and then on the defensive side also getting in and working hard there on the defensive side as well. And then for our Patriot Award, and this goes to the person who, whatever I said, basically did it, really just obeyed, and then also put forth effort to the next level. And so the Patriot Award goes to Jacob Doris, and Jacob did a great job this year of whatever position he was at, whether it was the position he wanted or wasn't the position that he wanted, he was going at it and doing his best there. And so really proud of Jacob Doris and the hard work that he put forth. Super awesome season, and again, we look forward to seeing what the future will bring. And again, thank you parents so much for the opportunity to work with your kids and to continue to grow them. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Hello, I'm Jason Zimmerman, varsity football coach. We're going to go ahead and start by listing the roster of who was on there, and then just give you a short recap of how the season went. Varsity participants were Elijah Ashley, Manny Dang, Jake Atkinson, Drew Atkinson, Andrew Cawley, Noah Starnes, Alex Martinez, Eric Sordo, John Bashal, Nathan Starnes, Raymond Jin, Jonah Ashley, Isaac Taylor, Houston Williford, Josh Graves, Joseph Robinson, David Allen Doris, Presley Seiler, Ray Lopez, Matthew Royalty, Esteban Covington, and Jaden Batson. Just a short recap of the season. We finished the regular season at 3-4 and lost our playoff game. During that stretch, we started off with a tough loss, won 3 games in the middle of the season, and then finished with a loss. Some tough, close losses between Florida Christian and the Heat. Those games could have gone either way. Really could have finished the season at 5-3, but a really good job by the guys getting back into the playoffs. Some of the individual awards. First of all, offensive award. This player in the previous season, in 2018, he was 48 for 92 for 525 yards, had 9 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions. This season, he improved with 68 completions, 1,160 yards passing. He threw 15 touchdown passes and ran for 283 yards. This year's offensive award goes to Andrew Crawley. The defensive award goes to a player who also contributed on the offensive end. He had 425 yards receiving. Defensively, he was third on the team with 32 tackles. Big contributor on the turnover end of things. He had 7 fumble recoveries as well as 2 interceptions. This year's defensive award goes to Drew Atkinson. All right, this year's MVP award. Led in many, many categories. He had 535 yards rushing, 479 yards receiving, 338 yards in kick returning. Led the team in tackles with 55 yards and had 21 touchdowns on the season. This year's MVP goes to Manny Dang. All right, then these last 2 awards, these are players that really, I feel like, summed up the motto of the team and what we were going for the team. We had a motto at the beginning that we is greater than me, and these were 2 very selfless players. The first award goes to a player that you're not going to find many stats on him because he played on the offensive line. This award goes to the best offensive lineman. It's a miracle that he even was able to play. The doctor said that he maybe not even get to play basketball season, but he's able to play football and basketball season. Had many pancakes. We didn't count how many he had there. He probably had a blocking percentage of over 90. We didn't tally it all the time, but he did a great job on the offensive line. Great leader on the team. This year's Offensive Lineman Award goes to Esteban Covington. All right, then lastly, the Patriot Award. All right, this to me is the best honor a player could get, is that a coach would recognize a player for his hard work and his dedication. Not necessarily has to be the best player on the team, but just willing to do whatever the coach wants him to do. This player was a skill player, a wide receiver the year before, but we asked him if he would help us on the offensive line as we lost some offensive linemen. Great leadership on the team. He was willing to do that with a great attitude. You never know how a player is going to respond when they're looking forward to play in a position and then they don't. But he had a great attitude towards that. Contributed on the offensive end with 2 touchdown catches, 1 2-point conversion. He also had 11 tackles on the team, which playing on the defensive line, you don't get a lot of tackles, but he did the dirty work while everybody else got to get the glory. That was 11 solo tackles and 14 total tackles. This year's Patriot Award goes to Eric Sordo. All right, thank you. Thank you to all the parents and all the players that participate this year. Thank you to all the coaches and everyone that was involved in this. Have a great night.
Hey, welcome back to our awards night. Going into middle school girls basketball. Had the privilege to coach girls for the first time ever. And I was curious to see how it would be, how it would go. differences, all that sort of thing. And I think the story I'm about to tell you really sums it up. So we're about, I would say, 2 weeks into the school year or into the basketball season. I'm teaching my girls the fundamentals, phenomenal coach that I am here. And getting into it, and I'm explaining 2-3 defense to the T here. But I had a girl, and I really don't remember who it was, but she asked the question, where should I be or whatever. So I stopped everything in the middle of practice, 2 weeks in, once again, and explained the whole thing. Here's where the 2 on top go. Here's where the 3 on the bottom go. What each one of them does. I get to the end of my spiel, and the girl says, "Oh, we're doing this when we're on defense." And I said, "Oh, yes, all right." So it was interesting anyway, to say the least. I had a great time, though. Really did enjoy it, getting to teach and try to train these girls as much as I possibly could anyway. But at this time, go ahead and read through and then give my awards. So the girls that played middle school girls basketball this year, I had Aaliyah Gagliano, Alexis Palmore, Emma Wilson, Kaylee Starnes, Miley Head, Josie Jillian, Aurora Hamblin, Amelia Vanderhanks, Denidia Berenstain, Yahtzee Berenstain, Charlie Perry Vincent, Amelia Brown, Riley Randolph, Caitlin Robertson, and Chandler Turns. I really enjoyed getting to teach these girls as much as I could, or at least be around them. Enjoyed it a whole lot. But I got some awards here. I got 4 of them. First off, I got offensive MVP. And this young lady, as her scoring went, so did the rest of our team go. And that's about what it is, right, for offensive MVP. But that was Aaliyah Gagliano, so congrats to her on that. My defensive MVP, this lady, young girl here, was quite the tenacious, vicious defender, all right, and enjoyed watching her get fouls, or I guess foul other people easily. She did a lot. Miley Head would be my defensive MVP. She did do a good job being able to shut some people down. My Patriot Award, this girl always hustling, always giving me everything she had, always falling down, always laying out, getting hit, but always getting back up. And that Patriot Award there, Miss Aurora Hamblin. So congratulations to you on that. Look forward to next year, hopefully doing it again. Continue to grow with these young ladies here as we look forward to next season. Thank you.
All right, middle school basketball season. We had a great season this year, and definitely a growing time for all the kids on the team. Definitely want to thank you guys as parents, or thank parents, because maybe you're not watching, but thank parents for waking up early and driving the kids to practice at 6:30 in the morning. And definitely a tough time to practice super early, but I think we had a great, profitable time as well. I'm just going to recognize the different players from the middle school basketball team. We had Ethan Hallett, Aaron Taylor, Trevor Steinbrook, Jack Rush, Nikolai Anderson, Micah Royalty, Gabriel Dang, Mikey Lash, Wesley Covington, Jared White, Jacob Doris, Jordan Hendricks, Tate Ballard, and Caleb Sorto. And all those guys did a great job throughout the year of hustling and putting forth the best effort. And we had a good time there with the middle school boys basketball team. For the first award, we're going to look at the most improved. And for the most improved player, Jordan Hendricks is going to receive that. And Jordan was great at just learning the post moves and anything that he could do. He was striving to get better, whether it was dribbling, post moves, shooting, but always putting in some extra effort, even coming in on some Saturdays when we had some extra opportunities to play and different things like that, but coming in there and working harder at getting better. For the MVP, is going to go to Micah Royalty. And Micah Royalty, whether it was every sprint, whether it was on the defensive side or offensive side, he was always giving his best effort, going at 100%. Many times he probably would stay in the whole game if I didn't pull him out, but always striving to do his best and always working hard. And then the last award there is the Patriots Award. And the Patriots Award goes to the athlete that I felt was always attentive and listening, but also trying his hardest to get better and always improving and always striving to do his best. And so the Patriot Award goes to Jared White, and he definitely worked hard and put forth a great year this year and learned a lot as we went throughout the year. And so looking forward to next year, and looking forward to see how it will turn out, and glad to see we'll only be losing two or three players from the roster. So next year we'll have about the same guys, and so hopefully that'll be a great improvement for next year. And so we look forward to it. Thank you, parents. See y'all. Bye.
I want to begin by saying thank you to each of the JV girls for all the effort and hard work that they put in this year, and the good job that they did. We ended up the season 12-2. Our JV girls actually were undefeated against JV teams, lost to one varsity team, and then the junior hires played in the tournament at the end of the year and got second in that, so great job to them. And then this year we did win the Talmadge-Gilley Invitational Tournament at Franklin Road Christian School, so great job that the young ladies did and the hard work that they put in, and I'm looking forward to those young ladies becoming varsity players in the future and the great things that they have in store for them. I want to go ahead and read off our roster of those who played on our team and participated this year. Lauren Burns, Adriana Sawyers, Molly Schmidt, Aaliyah Gagliano, Alexis Palmore, Emma Wilson, Sarah Sweeten, Sage Perham, Lily Cassinger, Kayla Crawley, Victoria Dang, Kylie Reed, and Emily Acey all played on our team. We also want to say thank you to David Allen Doris for videoing our games for us and the good job that he did with that. Appreciate that. That was a big help, and it came to preparing for the games that we had. And then this year for our awards, we want to acknowledge these three young ladies. First of all, our most improved. This young lady did a great job last year. She played on the middle school team and did a great job coming off the bench. And this year, she improved her game in a huge way, and actually is our most improved. This year goes to Molly Schmidt. And Molly, great job on the season you had and the hard work that you put in. Hope that you'll continue to improve and keep pressing on. This year's Offensive MVP award goes to a young lady that worked very hard and did a great job. She also improved greatly this year in her skills and in her shooting, and she led us to the championship there at Franklin Road, and appreciate her hard work. And that Offensive MVP goes to Adriana Sawyers. And then this year we also have a Defensive MVP, and this young lady did an awesome job blocking shots. She averaged about 4 blocks a game, I believe, at least, and somewhere in that area, and then pulled down most of the time over 10 to 12 boards, averaged I think 12 rebounds a game. Just did a phenomenal job, and was also our second leading scorer on the team. And our Defensive MVP this year goes to Victoria Dang. And so all of our young ladies, I want to congratulate you on the great job you did. Parents, thank you for allowing your young ladies to be a part of this team and to practice, and to a lot of miles that we traveled to and from games. And so I appreciate our JV girls and the awesome job that they did this year.
All I have to say is, Javi. We had a great season. I'd like to thank my coaches, Mike Perham and Jason Zimmerman. Also like to thank Brent Atkinson for helping me out on the book this year. We had a great time. I had a good time. I don't know if the guys had a good time, but from the first 2 games of the season that Mr. Starnes scheduled for us, Joe Burns 2 times in a row. First time, a little ugly. Second time, looking good. Joe Burns is lucky they didn't get us a 3rd time because we were coming on. Also, 2 wins over CCS. Can't beat that. And then the game of the season. Overtime. Agathos. 1.4 seconds on the clock. Down by 4. Hit the first free throw. Second free throw hits the middle of the backboard. We get the ball back, or they get the ball, take it out of bounds, turnover, Matthew Royalty in the corner. Ball's in, lets go the ball, the buzzer sounds, goes through, overtime. And South Haven wins in overtime. Great wins, a lot of improvement, had a great time with these young men. Just like to read their names off very quickly. We had Jake Atkinson, Braden Barnhill, Josh Graves, Micah Hendricks, Joseph Howlett, Matthew Royalty, Levi Rush, Ben Sorto, Noah Starnes, Daniel Vincent, Nathan Dozier, and Jonah Ashley. And saw great improvement from all the guys this year. Our awards this year, we have Most improved, and this goes to a young man who at the beginning of the season was about a 10% free throw shooter. He'd make about 1 out of 10. By the time we were done, he was making well over 50%, worked hard at it, and our most improved award goes this year to Micah Hendricks. So let's give him a hand. Good job, Micah. Most valuable offensive player this year goes to a young man who worked hard on his shot, developed a very consistent outside three-point shot, was the man of the hour against Agathos. And our offensive player of the year goes to Matthew Royalty. Let's give him a hand. Good job, Matthew. All right. Very good. Most valuable defense. This young man, kind of at the beginning of the year, didn't get a lot of playing time to start with, but improved and got better. And if there was a good ball player on the other team, this is the young man I put on him. I said, shut him down, and he could do it. And so our MVP of the defense this year goes to Joseph Howlett. All right, Joseph, good job, buddy. All right, great job there. I like it. And then our MVP of the season goes to a young man who worked hard, came kind of as he really improved also through the year. But about halfway through the year, Coach Starnes came to me and said, hey, could I move this young man up to varsity? And I said, well, as long as he can still play JV, and JV, as long as he can play JV. And so we had him move up, and he really got some great playing time on varsity, got a lot of experience. And so our MVP of the season goes to Ben Sorto. All right, Benjamin, good job. Appreciate your hard work. And it was a privilege to coach these young men. And we could go through, I don't have time, but I could go through and really give you some positive things about each one of them. They were a privilege. It was just a great opportunity for me to coach. Not sure about next year. Mr. Starnes says he's not sure if he's going to allow me to coach. And so we'll check with him and see what's going on. But we had a great year, and I look forward to next year and what the Lord has in store for us.
Hi, first of all, I just wanted to start out and say that the basketball cheerleaders did an amazing job this year. We kind of had to start out a little late just with uniforms coming in late and stuff. I just wanted to thank all the girls for doing a great job just with that situation. I just want to recognize the roster. The first one we have is Cheerleading Berenstein, Colby Turns, Kate Wellis, Emma Phelps, Bailey William Dallin, Angela Adrian, Ava Fisher, Kalia Crawley, Tara Hughes, and Sarah Sanchez. The first award I want to give out is for the most improved. This girl was new to cheerleading, and she worked really hard on learning all the cheers and just getting caught up on all that stuff just like everybody else. And this award goes to Tara Hughes. And then the next award goes to the Patriot Award, which this girl showed a lot of leadership and helped out just with me being in the first year coaching. She just stepped up and helped them learn all the cheers. And this award goes to Colby Turns. The next award is the most spirited. This one is just giving to someone that was always excited about every game, even though it was late. Just always had a loud voice throughout the whole season, and just had a lot of spirit, and just always kept going no matter how late it was or anything. And this award goes to Kalia Crawley. The last award is the Christian Character Award. This girl showed a lot of grateful and sweet spirit throughout the whole cheer season. Even with a busy schedule and stuff, she sometimes had to come late and directly from dance class, and so she was always, tired, and sometimes it didn't feel good, but she always had a smile on her face, and She just always had like a sweet spirit throughout the whole season. This award goes to Emma Phelps. I just want to finish and thank all the cheerleaders for a great season, and it was great getting to know all of you, and that's it.
I want to say thank you to all of our varsity girls, especially our seniors, for the job they did this year. Everybody, but our seniors especially. It's not an easy thing when you change coaches, and especially for seniors, their senior year. I was a little nervous coming into this year, seeing how the girls would respond. They had a great coach in Coach Starnes for several years, and then making that adjustment to a new coach, a new philosophy, a new way of doing things, it can be really difficult. And I was a little apprehensive about how the seniors especially would adapt, and I just want to thank them for getting behind me and supporting what we tried to do this year. And as they led the way, the other girls followed along, and just made for a great season. Our girls did an awesome job, and I'm thankful to the Lord for the things we're able to accomplish this year. And a lot of hard work was put in, and our girls just did a phenomenal job. We finished up the season 25-2. We won the opening tournament down in Georgia at the beginning of the year. We won the MTC this year. Had some awesome games, a buzzer beater. In the semifinal game of that, Adriana hit that three-pointer, and then winning the championship game of the MTC by 3. Made to the state championship game and lost, but just a great season overall, and I'm just thankful for all that the ladies put in and the great job that you all did this year. I want to go ahead and read through the roster and of our players, and each of these young ladies is very special and worthy of recognition. First of all, Desi White, Lauren Wilson, Jordan McEllier, Mackenzie Blazer, Abby Patino, Adriana Sawyers, Sage Perham, Victoria Dang, Giovanna Gagliano, and Cami Acey. The awards for this year's team were difficult. We had a great team, and all the young ladies at different games, a different person would step up and really come on the scene. And but each young lady gave their all, and in practice and in games. And but we do have some awards to give out. First of all, we have our Patriot Award, which could be a hustle award or a coach's award, and we have 2 of those to give out. We had 2 young ladies that are inspirational. They work hard, they give their all, they sacrifice for the team, and really when certain parts of the game were on the line, these young ladies were instrumental in some of the wins that we had. And our first Patriot Award goes to Desi White, and Desi is one of the coaches, or one of the referees rather, after one of the tournaments that we were in, made the comment that he'd pay money to watch her play because that girl can play some ball. And she just gives her all the time and is all over the place defensively, offensively, always gives her best. And so, Desi, we appreciate you and all that you did this year. And so congratulations on winning the Patriot Award. Our other Patriot Award goes to a senior young lady who stepped up in a big way. Many times she was unselfish, giving even some playing time to other players who we needed at certain times. But she was behind the team and got behind the team, came big in some of the games. Remember an overtime game that we had? She came off the bench. She hadn't been playing there the last couple minutes of the game. She came into overtime, scored, and we ended up winning. I think she scored like 8 points in overtime. We won by 10, and just gave us that boost that we needed. And the other Patriot Award this year goes to Abby Patino. And Abby, thank you for getting behind me as your coach and really being a good team leader as one of our co-captains. And thank you for the great season that you had this year. We also have 2, we should say, co-MVPs this year. It was difficult to decide. Both of these young ladies were instrumental in our team. Without either one of them, we would not have been able to accomplish the things that we accomplished. Our first MVP is Lauren Wilson. Lauren stepped up as our point guard this year, led the team in assists, I think led the team in steals, and just really stepped up into a really important role in our team and just did a tremendous job. And learned the offense and worked the offense. And when she was clicking with the other girls, I mean, we were unstoppable. In fact, the only 2 games we lost this year are games when she always gave her best and gave her all, but the only 2 games we lost this year are 2 games that she actually fouled out of and was not there at the end of the game, and we lost. Those are the 2 games that we lost this year. So that just shows how important she was to the team and vital that she was. And so thank you, Lauren, for the great job you did this year and all that you accomplished. And then our next MVP, our other MVP, our co-MVP is Jordan McEllier. And Jordan really stepped up this year in a big way as well and led our team in actually scoring and rebounding and block shots and just did a tremendous job on the court. And all 3 of our senior ladies as co-captains really led our team this year and got behind the coaching staff and behind the philosophy of what we were trying to accomplish, and much of what we did this year was because of them. And Jordan played huge this year, and when she and Lauren were clicking together, we were unstoppable, and really just played some awesome basketball this year. And so I'm thankful for Jordan and the great job that she did, and all of our ladies. Thank you for all that you did. I also want to give a special shout out to David Allen, Doris, for videoing for us in the Varsity as well, and then also to Kayla Crawley, who was our manager and did a great job helping us with that, and we had a great time this year. I also want to thank our assistant coaches who participated. Brother Lee White was the assistant coach, and then also Coach Michael Crawley, and the great job that they did helping out and participating. And also want to thank Ms. Cassie Wilson, who was our statistician and kept the book. And so thank you for doing that for us, Ms. Cassie, and also Jeremy Wilson, her husband, who filled in as well many times to do that. And so thank you all for being a blessing that way. And thank you, ladies. And parents, thank you for investing in your young people, letting us coach them, letting them be a part of this team. And we're just thankful for all that we were able to accomplish this year.
First of all, what I'd like to say is what a great opportunity I had this year to work with our young men and to coach varsity boys basketball. We had a lot of success this year, a lot of growing pains, and I'm excited about what we have going forward in the future. We took 3rd place at the Southern States Classic in Old Sewanee, Georgia, and Buford, Georgia earlier this year. We also finished with a Final Four at the MTC and also a Final Four at State with a great hard-fought last game against Franklin Road. And we look forward to some opportunities next year to take a shot at Franklin Road once again. As we jump into the awards, I want to list our roster and each one of our team members. Each one of these young men contributed in our practices and our games, and I'm thankful. We had such a great spirit with our guys this year. And I hope that our goal as coaches were to help them grow not only in basketball, but in their walk with the Lord. And I hope that they did so as a result of all the different things that we put into the season this year. But our roster was Eric Sorto, Nathan Starnes, John Bashaw, Ethan Barnhill, Esteban Covington, Daniel Howlett, Manuel Dang, Drew Atkinson, Andrew Crawley, Alex Martinez, Jacob Robertson, and Benjamin Sorto. And just a couple special thanks. For one, our videographer, who videoed most of our games and did a great job with that. We'd like to thank David Allen for traveling to many of our away games and even our home games and different things. And we thank you for the time and effort you put in to videoing our games. That's a great benefit to us as a team as we grow and try to get better. I know I've had many of our athletes emailing me over the last few weeks asking for game film that they can watch and get better as players, and I'm thankful for that, for their willingness to do so, and for that opportunity we have. I'd like to thank my assistant coaches, Coach Crawley, Coach Michael Crawley. I mean, he puts so much time and effort into our sports programs here, and I'm appreciative to what he has done as an assistant coach in basketball this year, and I'm very thankful for his help. And also Dr. Blazer helped us in many practices this year and sat on the bench for many of our games this year, did a great job with our JV basketball. I'm very thankful for his time and effort that he's put in as well. But as we jump into our awards, once again, as I've already said, I'm very thankful to the spirit of this team. They put in the work that was needed to get better. We talked about at the beginning of the year, basketball is such a long sport. And you can start off hot sometimes and fizzle out as the year goes on. But as a tournament sport, you want to finish stronger than you started. And I really feel that as we went throughout the season, we had some ups and had some downs, but we finished with our best basketball. And that's something we can take into the future and take into next season, especially as many of our JV players move up into the varsity level and different things. And I'm very thankful for our seniors. We had a great group of seniors. Their attitude was great this year, and I'm thankful for the time and effort that they've put into our basketball program. And I pray that the Lord uses them greatly as they go forward in His service. But starting with our first award is our Most Improved Award. And this person throughout the season improved greatly. In fact, at the very end of the season, we could argue that they were one of the most valuable pieces to our team in the post. And our Most Improved Award goes to one of our seniors, Estevan Covington. And so congratulations, Estevan. Very proud of you and your effort this year, and I'm praying that God uses you greatly as you go forward. I know he's expressed interest in going into the ministry, going to Pensacola Christian College, and I know we'll be praying for him as he does so. Our next award is our Most Outstanding Post Player. And this person also could have probably fell in line for the Most Improved throughout the season. He honed his skills, got better and better at what we asked him to do. In fact, I was looking at some of our film and our scorebooks, and the last 6 games of our year, he scored double-digit points. And we won 4 of those. In fact, one of those losses, he actually didn't score. And all the other games, 5 out of those 6 games, he scored double digits. And we won each of them except for that last game against Franklin Road. And we had them right there at the end, played one of our best games of the year. And our Most Outstanding Post Player goes to Alex Martinez. So congratulations, Alex, for your hard work. Our next award is our Sharp Shooter Award. And this award is going to the person on our team who made the most three-pointers this year. And in fact, he made close to 50 three-pointers this year, averaging right around 2 three-pointers per game. And our Sharp Shooter Award goes to one of our hardest workers on our team. In fact, there are many times where this person has maybe texted me late in the evening and said, "Hey, can we get into the gym and get some shots up?" And I've come over and helped them set up some different things, get some shots up, and they're always willing to work on their shooting. And if you play basketball, you know you cannot be a good shooter unless you shoot. And so you've got to be shooting all the time. And our Sharp Shooter Award goes to Drew Atkinson. So congratulations, Drew, on your hard work this year. And we have 2 more awards. Our next award is the Patriot Award. And our Patriot Award goes to the person who, we could call this a coach's award or a hustle award. It goes to the person who kind of shows what it really means to have that Patriot spirit and what we want to see out of our student athletes. And this young man is one of the hardest workers we have in every sport that he participates in. He has great character. He has a great attitude. He's a great encourager to his teammates. And once again, like I've already said, a very hard worker. Was working on his shot this year, and his three-point shooting improved greatly throughout the season, and excited about next year. But our Patriot Award goes to Andrew Crawley. And congratulations, Andrew, on that award and your hard work. And then our last award here, our Most Valuable Player. And of course, this person, if you've been to many of our games, you can see that he stands out among the rest many times when we're playing against the competition. And when he's not in the game, it shows. It really hurts our team offensively and defensively and what we can do. He's our leading scorer. And also, it doesn't just come naturally. He works very hard at what he does. He's another one of those guys who wants to be in the gym all the time and wants to work on his craft. And he also has a great spirit, wants to do right, wants to serve the Lord. And our Most Valuable Player goes to Emmanuel Dang. So congratulations, Emmanuel, on that award. And once again, thank you for the opportunity, parents, you've given me to coach your young men. And I am looking forward to the future and what God has for us. As we close this evening, we're going to give out one of our most important awards, and that's our Parent of the Year Award. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you once again to our coaches for all of the time and the effort that they put in to our young people. We have great coaches that not only are concerned with the athletic ability of our students and helping them get better in that area, but they're interested in their character and in their walk with the Lord, and that's the most important thing. And we really appreciate their effort and their time. Once again, thank you to our parents, and thank you to our volunteer coaches. We have a lot of volunteer coaches that help us out throughout the year with football and with our basketball and many of our other sports, and we thank you very much for the time and effort that you put into that. Once again, our awards are going to be made available next week, and you can pick those up in the school office when they make available the time for you to pick up all of your child's belongings from school, from their lockers and different things of that nature. And information will have already gone out for that, or you may be receiving that information here in the next few days. But with no further ado, our Parent of the Year Award, 2019-2020. This award recognizes Kevin and Jenny Seiler, the South Haven Christian School 2019-2020 Parents of the Year. We'd like to honor and thank you for all of the time you have invested not only in your child, but also in the athletic program. Presented this May 18th, 2020. And just to say a word about Kevin and Jenny Seiler, for the last several years, their son, Presley and Grant, have played on the football team, played golf as well. And Mr. Seiler has put so much time and effort, not just in game days, but in practices. He'll come by and he'll set up the water coolers and different things for the young men. He does it throughout the summer. He does it for each one of the practices. They'll come early, hours early on game day, and haul much of the equipment over to the field, and they'll pack it all up and haul it all back. And there's been many times he's even come in the next day and washed uniforms and different things for the players. And we so much appreciate the effort that they both have put in to specifically our football program. And once again, we'd like to thank them and recognize them as our Parents of the Year, Kevin and Jenny Seiler. Thank you very much. And as we close this evening, once again, thank you so much, and we look forward to this summer as we hopefully can get back into the swing of things, and we've given out some information about workouts and things, and more information will be coming to you about the probability of camps and basketball camps and football practice starting up and volleyball practice starting up and different opportunities for workouts and weight room workouts, and as we get state regulations come out more and more each day about those things. So as we get closer to that, look for information to come out, and we look forward to seeing you all hopefully soon in these next few weeks. Have a great rest of your evening.